Present.
Thank you very much. And we do have a quorum, so shall we get started? Very good job. Thank you very much. First thing was to call to order, and we have done that, and it was done very well. Item number 2 is the opening prayer, and if you will stand, I will say the opening prayer. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we are so thankful for this opportunity to come together and to conduct the business of the county. Lord, we ask that you go with us today through this court. Be with all of the participants today, Lord, and it's such a pleasure to have all these young folks that are so interested in the business of the county, and these are the future of the county right here. So be with them also, Lord, and all that they do. Go with us now as we conduct our business, the business of the county, and lead, guide, and direct us in all that we do. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. And if you would, Commissioner Arndt, let's have our pledges.
The United States flag. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our Texas flag.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
I would like to say that our court was called into session today by Evelyn Waltershide's great niece. And this is in her honor and also your honor. And thank all these young folks for being here today. This is a great looking crowd, best looking crowd we've had this year. Thank you very much. Public comments on agenda items, we have none.
We do not.
We do have 2 proclamations. And the way I'd like to do this today is I would like to read both proclamations. I'll read them in sequence, and then we shall go outside for the photo ops or anything else that we're going to do, okay? Let's start with the item number 6, which is the 4-H National 4-H Week. Beyond Ready, the 2025 National 4-H Week proclamation. Whereas the Cooke County Commissioners Court is proud to honor the Texas 4-H Youth Development Program of the Texas A&M Agri-Life Extension Service for 117 years of providing experience-based education to youth throughout the Lone Star State. And whereas this admirable program, which seeks to provide a learning experience for all youth through their head, heart, and hands and health, helps young Texans to acquire knowledge, develop life skills, and form attitudes to enable them to become self-directed, productive, and contributing members of our society. And whereas the program's more than 550,000 urban, suburban, and rural youth participants ranging in age from 8 to 18 come from diverse ethnic and socio-economic backgrounds and truly represent a cross-section of the state. And whereas the program undoubtedly could not have achieved the success that it has today were it not for the service of its more than 30,000 volunteers who have given generously of their time, talents, energies, and resources to the youth of Texas. And whereas throughout its proud history, the 4-H program has developed positive role models for countless Texans through its innovative and inspiring programs, and continues to build character and instill the values that have made our state strong. Now therefore, be it resolved, the Cooke County Commissioners Court hereby designate October 5 through 11, 2025 as National 4-H Week in Texas, and commend the 4-H Youth Development Program of the Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service and the many men and women who have made the program a success.
I'll make a motion that we approve that proclamation as read.
Second.
We have a motion, Commissioner Snuggs, second, Commissioner Arn. All in favor? Any opposed? There are none. Pass that down and let's pass that across. A second proclamation, item number 7. Proclamation declaring Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Whereas the crime of domestic violence violates an individual's privacy and dignity, security and humanity due to systematic use of physical, emotional, sexual, psychological, and economic control and/or abuse, including abuse to children and the elderly. Whereas the problems of domestic violence are not confined to any group or groups of people, but cut across all economic, racial, and societal barriers and are supported by societal indifferences. And whereas the impact of domestic violence is wide-ranging, directly affecting individuals and society as a whole, here in this community, throughout the United States and the world, and whereas survivors of domestic violence themselves have been at the forefront of efforts to bring peace and equality to the home. Whereas Cooke County, Texas has a moral obligation to work to prevent domestic violence. Now therefore, in recognition of the important work done by domestic violence programs, I do hereby proclaim the month of October to be Domestic Violence Awareness Month and urge all citizens to actively participate in the scheduled activities and programs to work toward improving victim safety and holding perpetrators of domestic abuse accountable for their actions against individual victims and our society as a whole. Signed and approved this 22nd day of September 2025.
Move to approve. Second.
Motion, Commissioner Hallowell, second, Commissioner Snuggs. All in favor? Any opposed? There are none. That motion passes 5-0. As soon as these are signed, we shall resume outside and do some picture taking here. What a great night. You guys are welcome to stay then and watch all the rest of it here. We don't get too many people that actually stay, but you're welcome to. You've certainly improved the looks of things.
Judge,
Yes.
we need to take a 5-minute break.
Do what?
We need to say we need to take a 5-minute break.
If you're here with 4-H, there's a.
All right. Yeah, let's do.
Just to let you know, so you might want to sign it now or.
Chelsea.
You don't need to have to take a break.
Do I know? It's already there in September. Okay. Okay, shall we?
so you go get the dolls out and make.
You got a rain, did you?
Okay. We will resume court after our photo op session. Item number 8, consent agenda. The consent agenda includes non-controversial and routine items that the court may act on with one single vote. The judge or a commissioner may pull any item from the consent agenda in order that the court discuss and act upon it individually as part of the regular agenda.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion to approve, Commissioner Sicking.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Snuggs. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? There are none. The consent agenda passes 5-0. Item number 9, deliberate and consider possible action regarding the 2026 sheriff and constable fees.
These went up, staying the same.
In their email, they told me that they would just like to stay the same. They didn't want to make any changes.
So, staying the same.
I'd like the motion to approve.
Commissioner Arndt makes the motion to approve. Second, Commissioner Sicking. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? And there are none. Item number 9 passes 5-0. Item number 10, deliberate and consider possible action regarding the request from EMS to transfer $40,000 from extra help line to collection expense line and budget amendment for the same.
Move to approve.
Motion to approve, Commissioner Hollowell.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Snuggs. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? There are none. Item number 10 passes 5-0. Didn't even have to say anything, Wes.
That's good.
We ain't pleased.
Easy day, huh? Boy, don't you wish they were all this easy?
So far.
Okay, item number 11. Deliberate and consider possible action regarding the timing of the new ambulance purchase.
The question, Wes Reed, Cooke County EMS Chief. There was a question come up during budget hearings about if we were to order an ambulance and get in line, could we change funding where it was funded from later down the line when we found out for sure about grants or whatever. And I got a hold of Frazier, and they finally gave me an answer back, and it's yes. So with that, if we could get that thing ordered whenever it's possible to get it ordered as soon as possible, get in line so that 12 to 16 months would start counting from then. But if we get after the first year and we approved for the grant, then we can change funding and still keep our place in line. We won't delay anything.
We still have to wait until after the first vote.
I don't understand what he said about change the funding. We talked about if he were to go with a remount. But if he goes ahead, and orders it without applying for the grant, I don't think the grant would apply.
They generally don't.
Sorry, what's the question?
She's saying if you go ahead and order it before the grant might not apply. That's what
They
basically-
generally don't. You can't order or purchase before you're approved for the grant.
They're saying they would, okay.
I mean, if you do it, then the grant money won't be able to be used for that ambulance. Does that make sense? If we receive it.
So what we're saying is we're going to wait till we find out if the grant before we order anything.
Well, I thought we agreed to do the remount. Did we
Yeah, I
not?
thought we agreed. We had some discussion about it right there at the tail end of the budget. To go ahead and order one.
My question is, how do we avoid ending up with two?
Yeah, that would be.
That would be my question. How do we avoid ending up with two in the same fiscal year?
Best case scenario, you get a remount and then you get a new one if you get the grant. I mean, you're gonna, unless we wait till we're approved for the grant to do anything.
I can't remember what we decided on that because we talked about so many different options that day.
Thought we was gonna do the remount and then apply for the grant.
And if the grant will allow us to, if we are approved for the grant, then we get order an additional ambulance.
Correct.
You end up with two.
And what he was thinking is if they approve us for the grant, and the grant would allow us to get one that we already have in line, but that's a remount, so that wouldn't work for the grant.
Wouldn't work for the grant, that's right. So if you order the remount, then the grant is approved later, you can't use that on the remount. The remount is still just out of the budget. Whereas you could use if you waited until the grant is approved before you order the new ambulance, then you can use the grant on the new ambulance. Is that basically what you were saying? Yeah.
There's 314,622 in the budget, which is 30,000 for that chalk thingy for the cot, and then 200 and whatever thousand for the remount. Is that right?
There was 70,000 for the cot and a saddle for the cot, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was 70,000.
35,000,
Yeah.
roughly.
And you need that whether remount or new, because the ones you've got are aging out, right?
Yes.
So I think the remount was what was put in the budget, without having my notes with me.
Okay, so
But
if
But if we gets the grant, then I budget the revenue and the expense for the grant.
okay, so what we can, you said you don't want to get two, but
no, I'm
one
not
of
saying
them's
I
for
don't want to do
free.
anything. Yeah, I'm just asking the question.
Okay. We can go ahead and, I guess what we're saying is we can go ahead and order one now for a remount, I guess October 1st or 2nd, whenever
Okay.
feasible for the auditor's office, and then if you get a grant, we'll order another one right then, of course, that one would be delayed, but we'd already be in line starting October 1st for the one. I think that's what we decided during budget, try to
Well, we
two.
can get him a PO today. It'll just be in prepaid, and then October 1, when PO rolls
Okay.
over, we move it to his budget.
Okay, so
we
we
can
can start
do
at
that.
2 weeks, start at 2 weeks, here.
Well, no, you can start it tomorrow.
Today.
You can start, go get your PO today for the remounts, what I'm hearing,
Okay. All
right?
right. That's
Yeah.
what I was needing to find out.
Yeah, so that gets you in line, and then if we get a grant, we'll order second one.
All right.
Yep,
That's what I was needing to know.
yep, great. Thanks, Wes.
Thank you, Wes. Appreciate it.
Excuse me.
I don't guess that requires any action.
No.
I don't see anything. Okay, item number 12. Going to open a public hearing at 10:31 regarding reducing the speed limit on the entire length of County Road 212 from FM 3164 to County Road 107, located in Precinct 2 of Cooke County, Texas, to 35 miles per hour.
Anybody here to speak to that one?
I oppose.
Hmm?
I oppose.
And close the public hearing. You can close the public hearing.
All right. Public hearing is closed at 10:32. Item number 13. Item number 14, deliberate and consider possible action regarding the reducing of the speed limit on the entire length of County Road 212 from FM 3164 to County Road 107, located in Precinct 2 of Cooke County, Texas, to 35 miles an hour. Commissioner Snuggs.
This road was just recently paved with a donation from the residents, and every time we have a road that's paved want to reduce the speed limit, because when it's not posted, it's 60 or 65?
65.
65. And then, of course, I had multiple messages last night, which surprised me, people in favor of reaching out, which I appreciate that very much. I'm going to make an motion we approve this, but with one thing saying, I'm thinking about bringing it back again to change all my roads to 35. I mean, it just, maybe try to help deter some of these speeding problems.
Who's gonna
'cause
enforce it though?
Nobody, but at least it's a deterrent. That way it's only one speed everywhere too.
A few minutes.
Huh?
So it worked for a few minutes.
I know. We got one road that's this speed, and another road's this speed. I just think about blinking in mine, but you don't have to do it in yours, but, like I said, I'll make a motion we approve this 35 mile per hour on County Road 212.
We have a motion, Commissioner Snuggs, to approve the reduction of County Road 212 to 35 miles per hour. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second, Commissioner Arndt. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? There are none. That motion passes 5-0. Item 15, deliberate and consider possible action regarding allowing the district attorney to supplement the victim assistance coordinator salary with money out of the district attorney's asset forfeiture account in the amount of $17,019 for the FY26 budget.
Good morning. John Warren, District Attorney. I'm asking permission from the Commissioners Court to supplement Callie's salary. You're aware that the grant was not renewed. Her salary is now $20,000 less than what she made last year. I did research it, the law on the asset forfeiture, and I do have to have your permission to increase the salary, given that she is a budgeted employee of the county. And that is why I'm here. I'm asking permission to do that. And I will say this, Callie does the work of two people. Most counties have a victims assistance coordinator for the county attorney and for the district attorney. Some counties have 4 victims assistance coordinators. I know Grayson County, I believe, has 4. She's worked in the county for 30 years. She's a dedicated employee, and she does a great job. Victims assistance coordinator can be a traumatic position, given that she has to talk to people who have been sexually abused, who have lost family members to murder, assault, and it can be a trying position, and she does it with grace and does a great job. And hopefully that this will be only for a year, because she is going to reapply for the grant next year, and hopefully she will get the grant next year. So I don't want this to be an ongoing matter every year, because we do need to save money in our asset forfeiture account if we should ever have a huge, large trial. But I'm asking for this year.
So how does this work? Maybe Shelley can answer it, I don't know, maybe you can, I don't know. So you're gonna add 17 to her salary. So how does that do with the benefits?
I knew you were gonna ask that question, and I think that number is probably wrong. I will also pay for the benefits on top of the 17. The 17 amount is for salary alone. I did not factor in the benefits, but I would ask permission to factor those benefits in.
So she's getting part of the SB money, right?
She is, yes, sir.
Is that also, that added SB money, does that include the benefits too, or is that, it comes out of the SB money? Okay,
I believe so, yes, sir.
okay.
John, I really appreciate you seeking monies for that position to make it whole. You had added that 13,000 SB money, which should have offset a considerable portion of that. My concern, we visited last week, and I thought we set that salary at the base plus that SB money in case it went away. Of course, if you supplemented 17,000 this year, and that position doesn't get the grant. To me, it's not about the person at all here. It's about, we don't have performance issues, person doing their job, no doubt, so it's not a performance issue. But we would just postpone the agony.
I'm sorry?
We would just postpone the agony if we gave the position 17,000 this year and took it back next year. And the other concern, if we add that position ends up about $81,000 before benefits. And that would exceed the salary of most of the department heads and most of the elected officials in the building. And so we end up with some morale issues. The court ends up with some integrity issues because we said we wouldn't supplement that grant if it went away. And that's not on you, you're trying, I get it. So, and then the study, 2 weeks ago when we talked about that, the average for Clay, Erath, Fannin, Lamar, Montague, Wise counties roughly our size, base is $59,000, and right now that position is $63,800 in Cooke County. So that's my concerns. There you go.
Is there an amount that you would approve? I mean, if it's not 81, I mean.
My concern is, one, we said we wouldn't supplement that grant when it went away. And that's part of the problem. And if we supplement that grant now, we've told several people that when SB 22 goes away, we won't supplement it. So if I supplement this one, how do I tell all the folks that's on SB 22 money when it goes away, hey, we're not going to supplement it? Because we obviously don't have the funds to do that. You have the benefit right now of being able to use some forfeiture funds, and that's a good solid deed. But my reservation is the other people in the courthouse, are we going to have morale issues because they say, hey, this position is making way more than anybody else in the courthouse. And to me, again, it's about our integrity, possible morale issues, things of that nature that concerns me. Thank you.
Yeah, that was gonna be my question too. He said it best when he said, gonna delay the agony, if the grant is not approved, I mean, we're gonna be right back here next year being,
Well,
on that.
And I understand. I think that she took a 25% pay reduction, which it's a big hit. And I know we don't want to delay the agony, but at least maybe we could provide bridge the gap just for a year so she could prepare, because I think that this was a huge surprise to her. And maybe providing this to her for 1 year instead of, and then she can prepare possibly that she won't get the grant next year, but.
Refresh my memory, how long has that grant been in place? How long has she received that grant?
13 years.
Yeah, 13 years. And she has been a benefactor of that the other positions wasn't even allowed to participate in. And again, it's not about the person to me at all. I do not question individual's performance, but that position was also the recipient of $13,000 this year. That was, I'm sure, was unexpected to everyone that got SB 22 money. So, and I don't know exactly what the grant was paying at the end, but that $13,000 should have gone a long ways toward already offsetting it.
Yeah, that's what I thought when we had already discussed it, and I saw it coming back. I thought we had already solved that problem.
But I don't. That's my reservations. And again, there's absolutely, I have no issues with the person in the position, anything of that nature.
Would y'all be willing to allow anything?
I personally, again, it's an integrity issue. We said we wouldn't do it, and if we go up and we supplement it, then our word's no good. And we set the precedent for everybody else that's on SB 22 right now. This is small compared to what y'all get. What Sheriff's Office gets $350. You guys get
$175.
No way. We don't have a bucket of money out there to go draw from to supplement that one when it comes. So, and we've said all along, and you guys have agreed with us, and we done the same thing on the Victims Assistance Coordinator grant. We said, when it goes away, you need to anticipate it. We don't intend to pick it up. And y'all been on board too with SB 22 money and said, hey, don't go buy a new boat, you know?
No,
So-
I understand.
So, and the position at 63A is $10,000 above the average of the 5 counties around us. So, I think we're absolutely competitive in the pay scale.
Might I add just one other thing? As I said, she does the work up to, if she were to leave and go to another county or just quit her position, we would each have our own victims assistance coordinator, and that would be 100,000 to, 125. I mean, you know, it's,
Well, not necessarily if it's not budgeted for, right? I mean, do you have that set in your
I mean-
budget now?
it's by law that we have to have a victims assistance coordinator. We share.
Unless we can find somebody who would be willing to do 2 offices, right? We have to do something.
We share someone to save the county money. But if she were to leave, there might not be someone who wants to do it for both
I mean,
offices.
yeah.
You know, it's just,
Yeah.
it's just.
Yeah, I mean,
for
I
thought.
understand playing devil's advocate on the deal. I just, this is tough this is a tough thing. It's a hard thing, because it's pulling at you, it's pulling at it. I mean, I understand it pulls at me too, but, you know, it's about, you know, being consistency and following through with what the precedents that we set. I mean.
It's gonna be a hardship on all the SB 22 recipients if it goes away. And, and last thing we'll do is put anybody on a hardship. But like I said, I do take into consideration that in a period of time there was the Victims Assistant Grant plus $13,000 above base. So, you know, $81,000 is a lot of money and that's real money. Probably cost us over 100 time you had guineas. So, but, I mean, excellent job presenting it, pleading the case, as far as I'm concerned.
Does anybody else?
Well, I just
have
want to
anything?
say, I think she's well worth it. She does a great job.
Yeah.
I'm just here to support her.
Right, I understand.
And we got the same issue with
And I know-
law
and I'm not
enforcement,
saying
EMS, you know. We can't keep them because we don't pay enough, but we can't meet every demand. But, no.
Anybody else got anything else?
I'm one vote, one voice, folks. I
Yeah,
don't,
me too. That's why
I mean, that's just my concerns and reservations.
Well, I've said it all along, that I disagree with using grant money to pay salaries, because sooner or later, it's gonna come back to us to have to pick it up, and that's, I mean, when I first started here, I think we picked up $1 million tab on you whenever y'all gave the raises off that other grant money, and then also we had to
That-
come up with that, but
That's all we can use the money for, is for salaries, grant money. The SB 22 can only be used for salaries, can't be used for anything else. Now, the sheriff's office can use it to buy equipment, we cannot.
right. And I get, I mean, giving stipends or whatever, I understand that, but I don't think it should be a full-blown increase in the salary that we're gonna have to pick up down the road. Does that make sense? I mean, it's kinda like what we told the sheriff, the same thing. You wanna give them stipends but when it goes away, it goes away.
No, and we have understood that.
Right.
We've told our employees that.
Yeah.
The county is not paying this, and this is coming out of our asset forfeiture fund, so the county will not see any reduction in.
And that is the unique situation to
But you're
this.
still supplementing the grant.
Yeah.
That's the problem. It's supplementing the grant. That's the issue. And unfortunately, every department doesn't have the ability to generate other funds, so.
Judge?
What do you want to do?
Keep it where it's at, or what are we doing?
that motion. Make the motion that we keep it where it's at, where we set it at the last time, 2 weeks ago, we spoke about it.
So we have a motion to leave the salary where it is existing. Do I hear a second? That's Commissioner Snuggs. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second, Commissioner Sicking. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? There are none.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 16, deliberate and consider possible action regarding approval of Carter Blood Care doing quarterly blood drives using the library parking lot.
Good morning.
Well, good morning.
So Carter Blood Care has asked if we would put them on a regular quarterly schedule to just come out here and do their blood drives every quarter. So that's all I'm requesting, is that we can do that and not have to come to court every time that we want to do a blood drive and use the library parking lot.
Motion.
Well, let me just ask the question first. Library parking lot, what do they do in case of inclement weather or anything like that?
I don't
They're
know
the
the
bus,
answer to
Jim.
that. I just
Do
know they
what?
have a big bus
Do
that
they
they
bring
bring.
a bus?
Yeah, they bring a
Okay,
big
and
bus.
it's vehicles that they do it in.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
And they need the
so
parking
they
lot
just need a
for
place to
access
park.
to electricity and things like
Okay,
that.
they don't need any associated space around the buses for tables or displays?
No, they just need to park their
or anything
bus
like
there.
They just need you to bring your motor home in.
that? Say
They
again?
just need you to bring your motor home in and park it, and they'll utilize it.
Motion.
Very
to
well,
approve.
that sounded like a motion to me.
Motion to approve.
Jason,
Okay, we have a motion, Commissioner Snuggs, to approve, second, Commissioner Arndt, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? There are none, motion passes 5-0.
Thank you.
See how easy that was? That was easy.
That don't mean you get to leave.
No, you gotta stay here now. Well,
The parade wave.
item 17, deliberate and consider possible action regarding the hole in the DPS parking lot. Does everybody know what we're talking about here?
Yeah, it's more like a long trench from a plumbing repair a few years ago.
Yeah.
I've been approached about it several times too, but
It's county property, can't we work on it?
do what?
It's county property, can't we work on it? What's it need? Load asphalt? Partial load
Yeah,
asphalt?
It needs, at a very minimum, it needs cold mix thrown off in that trench
Take some
to
of that
level it
rocks
up,
out.
and then maybe down the road, a little bit of hot asphalt on top of it.
That's not something we can do? Yeah, this is, it's just a minor issue compared to
I
what
think
we would
precinct
deal
one
with.
can go over there and take care of that.
I,
Think so?
I mean, I see, it almost cold mix and the skid steer.
100%. On these situations though, are we allowed to use our precinct?
Yeah, it's our.
Okay, because there was some grief when we put the granite rock over in the hardscaping on the new parking lot.
Some of that may be we got a contractor started that though. We contracted the concrete work,
Okay.
so, but you don't have a problem.
That was a bid and that was,
See, Keith.
Well, I thought
Did
we,
you wanna give an update on the Sanger thing before you go, or you don't have time?
I'm good, I think I gotta go back.
Okay. All right. Thanks for what you did too, and being out. Appreciate it.
because that project was paid out of permanent improvements, that was.
okay. Yeah, because I thought, when we just got down to the end, all we did was just finish up the landscaping part. I didn't know. I just remember there being
Yeah.
something. Yeah, but yeah, you're right. Cold mix and skid steer will
Yeah, I think,
make that go away real fast.
I don't know that I've got fresh cold mix, but I certainly don't mind contributing to the cause.
Me either. Guess we can all get together work that out.
As long as it's
But
court-
it needs to be rectified. It's a problem.
Is that a motion?
Yeah, I can do that. I can make a motion that we'll get together and solve it equally between us with our road and bridge crews.
We have a motion, Commissioner Snuggs, to share the cost and perhaps the labor, or just the cost?
Yeah, cost
Can
and the
we,
headache.
let me
Go
ask a
ahead.
question. We can do the cost of materials out of some other fund, right? Or they need to come out of road and bridge funds? Is that the easiest way?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, no problem. You did good. Second.
We have a second, Commissioner Hollowell. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? There are none. Motion passes 5-0. Item 18, deliberate and consider possible action regarding the draft of the Americans with Disabilities Act policy that is required for TxDOT grants.
The next hour, Lee?
Yeah, but I'll talk to it.
Oh,
So pretty much it goes along with the Title VI coordinators
so this is that.
position. We have to have the Title VI policy and we have to have an ADA policy. Elizabeth did put it together. She did a great job. But we have to have it. And I had Daryl create a new email that's ADA coordinator at Cooke County, yada, yada, and it'll go straight to my email. And if ever there's someone else in my position, they will also get that email along with their email. So it'll always be connected. So it's pretty much if somebody wants to complain that we're not ADA compliant, Elizabeth didn't think we would have any, if very little, complaints about ADA compliant stuff here in the county, so.
So you just need the
What's
draft
that?
approved.
Yes, it just has to be
So,
approved in
and-
court.
And there needs to be a designated coordinator, and it has to have every 3 years a compliance update.
But
Yeah, I
you
think
said
so.
it falls under Title VI, right?
Well, it's the same thing as
Yeah.
the Title VI that HR brought last court, or court, how many ever courts ago, but it's part of federal and state road funding grants that they need these two policies in place. So it's the same thing with, like, the Title VI, we got to designate a coordinator, and then that coordinator will also be responsible for, every 3 years, I believe.
I think it's 3 years, yeah.
Yeah, making sure we're in compliance and that any new rules that have come down, we incorporate them. And
Didn't we have this discussion a couple of weeks ago?
yes, but that was on Title VI. So this is ADA, which is another policy. So the same requirements on our part, different policies.
This probably is less labor intensive though, because it'll sit on the desk unless somebody complains, right? And then if
Pretty
it
much.
complains, we get a complaint, it's gonna then come back to the whole court to address, I would guess.
Yeah, there's a whole application and all
Yeah,
kinds of stuff
but
in
do you
there.
see it being labor intensive? This particular
I
part of it?
mean, after this, no.
Once it's approved, because the policy's written.
But if y'all don't want it to be me, I can have Daryl.
Right now,
I can have
right now,
him move it.
you've set yourself up to be
Pretty
you,
much.
right?
Mhm.
Okay.
But we don't have a draft of it. Do we want to wait till we have the draft? to
It
set
should be in your
everything?
packet.
Here-
In
here-
your packet.
Well, I was,
Here, or at least I have.
oh, it is there. I didn't scroll down far enough. Okay.
And I have a question along these lines. I think I saw legislation that came about this year that says the county has to have a designated PIO, and they have to attend training, and it's not a if we would like to, but I think there's legislation this year come out and said we have to have a designated PIO. And so that's something for us to think about.
What's a
For
PIO?
years, public information officer, for years and years, Rita Gilmer, even under your watch before, I believe, was the designated PO. Now they actually have to be trained.
And this does require some training. I do have to
So,
watch some.
May need to throw some
some
money in the
videos.
training budget. So. I don't know, probably make the most to approve the draft. Judge, you got any real heartburn with her, being she's already set up with your admin assistant, the position, not Chelsea, again, not, this stuff's not personal.
Understand.
Yeah.
And she says there's no problem, so.
Okay, I'd make the motion that we accept approve the draft with the judge's admin assistant being the point of contact, authorized person.
So we have a motion, Commissioner Hollowell. Do I hear a second?
So,
Second, Commissioner Sicking. All in favor?
There's
Any
4.
opposed? Item number 19 is executive closed session, and we will go into executive closed session. Call for it right now at 10:58. 11:36. Item number 20, and take appropriate action regarding the real property and/or contracts being negotiated. No action. Brings us to item number 21. Anybody want to make the call?
I'll make a motion. I'll make a motion.
Commissioner Snuggs moves that we adjourn. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second, Commissioner Hart. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned at 11:37.